What's good? What's poppin'? Welcome to another episode of that deep shit where we connect the dots. And on today's episode, we're gonna keep it real short, we're gonna keep it real sweet, and we're gonna talk about sleep deprivation. Let's get it. Now, when it comes down to sleep deprivation, now you know what sleep does for the body. It helps the body go into a stasis to where the body heals itself. It goes into the stasis of where spiritually you can astral travel, astral project, lucid dream, and to keep it real simple, just to go into the dream world altogether. Now, the thing about the dream world is the closest that you're going to get in this existence of being alive to death. Now, but don't take death as, it being the ending of your life. Death, as what we know it, is just the time out from this reality. So whatever door or whatever lies outside of that door that we call death. See, remember, here on this plane, on this planet, in this existence, we give things labels. We give things labels. And usually when we give things these labels, they're because someone told us what it was called. We don't know if death is called death. We don't know if a bird is called a bird. We don't know what it is. Same thing applies for death, life, and all that. We don't know. We just assume. But my point of saying that is to say that the saying of sleep being the cousin of death is for a reason. It's because that's the time here that you can get a taste of what it is. Now, death really is just the cutoff of all your five senses to the physical realm. You cut it off. So, someone posed a question in a Facebook group: can you hear in a dream? Yes, you take in different perceptions of that sense of what you call hear or sight, but your eyes are closed. So how are you seeing? You see what I'm saying? So it's a perception. It's light or daytime in your dream, but your eyes are closed. How are you seeing? But you're taking on the perception of light. So in your dream, it's really the cutoff or the unplugging from being in the physical matrix. Now, to the point of the video and to the meat of the video, the goal in this physical realm to obtain higher consciousness or to obtain higher states of knowledge or information downloads is to you can trick the body or trick the mind, because this is a simulation. And one of the hacks or tricks that I've learned is sleep deprivation. Now, I must warn you and throw out a caution to say that I do not recommend someone to use this tactic all the time. I'll just give you my experience and share with you my notes. So I was doing a job where I had to stay up overnight. Now, I don't do well with staying up overnight, but I stayed up overnight for multiple days. The first day was very hard, but I got through it. I went to sleep, around 10 a.m. The second night, pretty much the same. It was a little easier. But what I did realize is I realized that as I was awake, I was dreaming in a wakeful state. Now, the reason why I mentioned that do not do this all the time is, one is because if you start to do it all the time, you will throw off your circadian rhythms and you'll just be on a different schedule of time. So it won't even work all the time. So this is something that you pull this out just to experiment with, or you pull this out every now and again. Okay? So, warning, every now and again. And do not drive. Sleep deprived, okay? It's just as bad as driving drunk. So what I realized is that I was awake and I was fighting my sleep, but I was dreaming. They call it hallucinating. But see, what all hallucinations are is chemicals being released out of your brain or into your brain, from your brain into your brain at different amounts that are not normal, or at different times that are not normal. So they call them hallucinogens or hallucinations. Drugs do this. It's not the drugs that you're taking, it's the chemicals that are being released. These chemicals are already there. You don't need the drugs. So I'm showing you how to do it without the drugs. Okay? So and the key point of this is that this is what people are aiming to do. People are aiming to fuse the wakeful world with the ether world, or the sleep realm, or the astral realm. When you infuse these two and learn how to operate as such, this is how you go into God mode. You see what I'm saying? You can download information. You can see things that are not specifically in the normal light spectrum of visible light. You know what I'm saying? You'll have visions while you're awake. This is, and mind you, like I said, experiment with this. Don't rely on it, and don't do it all the time. Okay? So, yeah, just a quick little video, man, of how sleep deprivation can actually be a tool to be used. You see what I'm saying? To increase your spiritual downloads, or to even cause hallucinations. But that word has a bad connotation to it, but to cause you to be able to see things that you normally wouldn't be able to see, or understand things that you normally wouldn't be able to understand. All right, so try it out. Do it in the privacy and the comfortability of your own home. Hopefully that you will have some supervision or someone around you to make sure that you don't do anything weird. In fact, this is what people do when they sleepwalk. Sleepwalking is the exact same thing. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm going on beyond the video, but sleepwalking is the exact same thing. So you're just pretty much purposely sleepwalking. You see? People that sleepwalk are conscious. They're doing shit, but they don't know that they're asleep. So their conscious level has teetered. Their conscious level has teetered more so on the side of sleep, but they're in a wakeful state. So you can teeter more so on the side of a wakeful state, but still operate in the wakeful state. But the whole key and the hard part to find is that balance of sleep and wakeful state while maintaining your consciousness. And I will say that after a while, you will be able to do it. A lot of people who work the graveyard shift are actually asleep, to be honest with you. If they have done this for a long amount of time, they're actually asleep. But their wires are crossed. It's kind of like when you have cross bridge two woofers and an amplifier in your speakers. I don't know if people know about hooking up speakers, to their car stereos and stuff. But for those who do, the exact same principle of using cross bridging with the electrical currents between negative and positive. If you think about it, melatonin is a negative current, meaning that, it's a negative current, meaning that it absorbs. You see what I'm saying? And serotonin is a positive current. You see what I'm saying? Because it outputs. So what you're doing is when you're sleep depriving yourself, you're crossing the currents and you're going to either amplify, you're going to short circuit. But our bodies are pretty much built to amplify. These machines that we're in are beautifully designed, and I'm just showing you a hack to tap into that. All right, so I'll get with y'all in a minute.